Let's have a look at part C in this video. Suppose that the two employees own the company. They made an agreement to split their revenue, so the wage is equal to half of that revenue. How much effort do they put? Compare this to part A and B. So this is the data that we care about. This is the value of the revenue that they produce, is the quantity times the price on the market, and they each get a half of it, meaning that when they maximize their utilities, right, we do not speak about them caring about each other or any company observing their effort. They own the company, they care about themselves, so they're selfish in that sense. They maximize their own utility, but what's different relative to part B is that the wage is just half of the output. There's no fixed salary, there's no bonus. It's just half of the output that they take into account beforehand, meaning that the utility of one guy is going to be equal to that wage, which is 1/2 times P times the quantity, 1/2 times P times the quantity, and the quantity is beta times E1 plus E2. So that's beta E1 plus E2 minus the cost of effort, and the cost of effort is still 1/2 times theta times E1 to the power of 2. Now we can see we have the relationship between the effort level and the utility function. We could just do our simple differentiation to find out that. So the derivative of the utility with respect to effort equals to 0. This term, derivative with respect to the effort level, we keep the constants only, which is going to be 1/2 times P times beta. So we have 1/2 times P times beta minus the derivative of the second term, which is the constant of 1/2 times theta. So we have over here 1/2 times theta times the effort level derivative, which is 2E1 equals to 0. Now let's work out the math over here to see what we get. We have 2 and 2, so we have 1/2 P times beta equals to theta times E, right? We take this to the other side, meaning we will have theta times E over there, theta times E1. Let's divide both sides by theta to find out that optimal effort level, which is the same as the other guy because of the symmetry, 1/2 P beta divided by theta. Now, compare this with part B and part A. In part B and part A, we saw that the efforts are actually the same because the price was equal to the bonus, and that level of effort was P times theta over theta, right? That's what we found out in part A. And in part B, we found out that it's B times theta over theta. And if we compare it to part C, in part C, we have the same thing multiplied by half. Over here, we're in part C now. In part C, we have P times beta over theta times a half, meaning it's half of the effort level than before. Why is that? Because we don't have any of those conditions where the company was maximizing its profits. We are not telling the worker, what effort level we want from them. That's not happening. And we also do not give any bonus to incentivize that behavior, because the bonus incentivizes the behavior of the worker to make the most money for himself, and making most money for himself also makes most money for the company. So it's just another way to getting to the same result, but we're not giving that bonus. So we are not giving the bonus either, meaning that the workers think selfishly about themselves only. They keep into account only the fact that they're going to split the money, but they do not measure their effort levels. They do not agree on working hard together, meaning there is some level of free riding. One guy can rely on the other guy for doing part of the work. And whenever there is some level of free riding, by definition, that means that every person puts less work than in the case where we actually control for that. So that's the highlight of the question. That's what they're trying to prove. Hope this all makes sense, and we are done.